All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel, Real Estate Full Circle. My name is Jean Guirand. I'm a local investor in the Florida market. I'm also a licensed realtor. I wanted to give you guys some insight on what not to do in this particular video.
They keep failing inspection.
Yep, they're not good.
That contractor is blacklisted with them.
He's blacklisted?
Yeah, with them, with the city, with the county.
In this video, I encountered an investor who bought a property, who lived out of state. They bought this property and with their intentions on flipping this house. But I'm gonna tell you what not to do and what occurred with this property. So I ran into this investor. They were listing this property. They did not want to list it with a wholesaler, so they put it on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, of all things, right? So we would think that you can't find properties on these properties, but our wholesale team was looking for particular properties for us to flip. So they found this property, and this guy bought it. He bought it sight unseen. He came to see the property. He did an evaluation, and he's in a big pickle. When I say pickle, huge pickle. He has a lot of money dumped into this house, and he can't really do anything with this house right now. He is forced now to sell it to another investor who has the capability and the resources to take care of this property and to actually flip it or convert it to a rental. Now, here's what happened on this particular property. He bought this property sight unseen, as I mentioned. He came here, saw the property, and thought that he can flip it. So he hired the wrong contractor. This is where all the snowball effect occurred. Why he's not making money, why he's losing money. In essence, wasting time. He has sat on this property for 1 whole year and no movement. The city has banned him. The city has banned the contractor. They have red flagged this property. And it is a problem. Once these things have occurred, it is a problem. They're watching you like a fine comb. They're going through everything, and they are not playing.
They keep failing inspection.
Yep, they're not good.
That contractor is blacklisted with them.
He's blacklisted?
Yeah, with them, with the city, with the county. So now they told me, I met with the head inspector. They told me, find yourself a new contractor to do the job. You cannot continue with the same contractor. And anyway, I wasn't planning to continue with this contractor. So you have a house on the street. You have a house on the street?
Literally down the street from here. We have a house literally up down the street. What's that? Linda Lane. Yeah, we have a house right over there. Man.
That's wild. So this entire block, like left side, is like addition.
Yep.
It all needs to be torn down.
It looked like it'd be torn out, but you can salvage this stuff.
Okay.
You can salvage it. Y'all meet Z doing acquisitions. Woo! My goodness. So
let's unfold what really happened. So as I'm walking through this, I'm gonna insert some snippets as what's happening in this video for you guys to get an idea on what not to do. So let's break down what actually occurred. So he bought this property and intentions on flipping it. So he went through it and hired a contractor. Now, I don't know how he found the contractor, if he vetted the contractor, if he had it for references, if he saw the work, but he hired his contractor, and his contractor started doing some work, showing him a little bit of progress. And as things have gone along, he started trusting the contractor, which is a no. And to add all these things up, he lives out of state. That should tell you right there. You should have someone on site to watch your property for you that you trust or who you know in that city. So that's a rule I would tell you right now. Let's pause real quick. If you're going to invest in a city, make sure you have a friend, a relative of any kind who can stop by the property and do a FaceTime video and kind of break down what's going on, so you kind of get a better idea outside of what the contractor is telling you. So let's get back to this contractor. So this contractor he hired, been building trust relationships, and he's been, hey, I need a draw. So every other week he needs money and the things that he's doing. So, which is a red flag. So when you're doing the flip, the contractor always tells you to draw. That means that contractor does not have enough money to front the job and wait to get paid. Whether it's 10, 20, or 30%. If my total budget is 10%, or if my total budget is $10,000, and a contractor can't move on 10% or 20% of that budget, meaning they can't front you $1,000 or $2,000 to give themselves enough time to wait for that draw from you, you already know you have a problem, because that contractor is operating on basically paycheck to paycheck. And that's a red flag right there. So this contractor is always asking for money, and he kind of got himself in a pickle. So by the time he realizes that he's in a pickle with this contractor, a lot of work hasn't got done, and it's a problem.
This right here. Nah, do electrical, new plumbing. They did that. Yeah.
The contractor went to the city, got the permit, got everything done. And city came and inspected, failed. Came back again, failed. So that tells you he's not doing what he's supposed to do. And he continues to give the contractor some opportunities to kind of help, but it's not really working. So the contractor is still dropping the ball on this particular property. And that should have just told him, man, just back out and move forward. But that did not happen. Unfortunately, he still had the contractor do a little bit of work. Thought that they could salvage a relationship within that. It did not work out as planned. So now he's stuck with this property. Now he has to offload this property because the property is red flag. Contractor walked away with a lot of his money. He didn't really supervise it. And I should have told him, look, you're out of state and you're trying to invest in Florida, and it's not going to work the way you want it to work, because it's proper steps and protocols you got to follow when you're investing out of state. So there's one thing I highly recommend. Like I mentioned, having a friend or family that have eyes on the property who can watch it and kind of give you a breakdown. So there's another thing you should always do. You should hire someone who has a good reputation, meaning that you validate, you kind of see their work has been validated by other people. So you should never just go on the first person. You always get 2 or 3 professional estimates, and from there you verify their references, because you're out of state. I highly like to verify references when I'm hiring people and I'm not within a close proximity to that property. So that's something you should always do when you're buying a property, when you're hiring someone you're from out of state. So he made a few mistakes. Now, that's 2 things he could have did that would have helped. So let's talk about the third thing. He should have put parameters stating, once you reach this area, I will give you a draw. So once we reach the drywall phase, I will pay you. Once we reach the tiling and, the pre-drywall, so like the plumbing, electrical is done, I'll pay this amount. Once we get to drywall, AC, I'll pay this amount. He should have scheduled the payments so he wouldn't have this problem, but he didn't do that. So now this guy's always waiting for paychecks. So he's doing what is like the smallest things to collect up front. And then you're paying him, not realizing you're paying him for work that's not being done in order. There's an order of how you do construction. So it's the mechanicals first. So he should have got all the mechanicals done and got that passed. At least he could have finished the rest by himself, because once you get the mechanicals passed, which mechanicals are AC, plumbing, electrical, all those sort of things. If he got that done first and he got passed from the city, he would have been amazing. He would have been great. But now he's in a pickle and he didn't follow those mechanicals. So follow mechanicals and then you go work your way from there. And if he had a roof problem, that's easy to process with no problems. So because of that, he's actually losing money on this deal. He's not making any money. So I would tell you guys, if you're going to flip or you're going to buy a property that's very in distress situation and it needs to become a rental, you need to be very cautious if you're not in state to find people that is very reputable and also you can trust and you can count on. I'm not just going to jump into a state and not have anyone that has already gone there before me that can give me insight and can also give me like ideas of what to do and how to maneuver. Now, I own properties out in Alabama, but that's only because I have a mentor who actually went to Alabama before I went to Alabama. He purchased properties. He had a system in place. I just went in, followed his footsteps, and just did the same thing. So that's what I highly recommend you guys do. Don't just jump in there without having any guidance. So make sure the right guidance, build rapport, build connections. So as you're watching this video, what you think about this? Don't just invest out of state without having the right instruments, the right people, the amount of money. This guy he's probably losing $20,000, $30,000.
Let's see if we're gonna pick this one up. I'm not particularly sure if we are, but it's opportunities. So we're chasing opportunities, not really chasing, we're looking for opportunities so we can actually build a portfolio and add on to this. We already have properties in this area already, so we're trying to build onto that. We want to keep buying properties in one specific area, so we can build a team around it. So we can have one AC guy go to 5 or 10 properties instead of having him go to one. We can build a whole crew around that. That's what we're trying to focus on and get that done.
Property from him, and he didn't want to budge. Unfortunately, I put my offer in for 100,000. He was asking for 100,000. I gave him 90, and after I did some more research, it seems like this property is condemned to be bulldozed down, but actually didn't. So another investor picked up the property. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pick it up, but I was trying to buy it because the ARV on this property was about 210. So if I would have got it for 100, I would have put about 50 in it. I would have had another 50 in equity. Either I would have rented it out or made a quick flip and made quick $30,000, $40,000. But if you're new here to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe, like the video. If you have any feedback, leave it in the comment section. Whatever your comments are, I'll kind of respond to that. This channel here is to make real estate full circle, as you can see on my shirt. I want to make it easier for those who want to get into real estate, whatever the component or aspect or whatever your entry point is. I want to make it full circle for you. Also, I invest, I flip. I'm a licensed agent, so I help people buy and sell in the Florida area. So I kind of see it holistically, and I've been in this business now going on 7 years. So I've seen the ups and downs, the hurdles. I've experienced what you're probably going to experience. So this channel is dedicated for those who want to buy. And if it's your first time investing, it kind of gives you some ideas of insight. So I thank you for watching. My name is Jean Guirand. Lock in, like and subscribe, leave your comments below. I greatly appreciate it. And if I have some tongue twisters, that's because I'm Haitian, y'all. I'm still working on my English. But yeah, I'm good though. But all jokes aside, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming to the channel. And y'all have a good time. And watch my other videos about other investment strategies, stuff like that. I am out. Peace. Ciao.